What's going on, DSG? It's your boy Darrnell Bradley back at y'all with another video, man. Today we are here and ready for a death battle, bro. We got Blade versus Buffy. Two vampire slayers, you feel me? Ready to come out here and do damage. Now, I've seen the totality of Buffy, but it's been like over a decade since I have. Because I remember I was watching Buffy with some friends because they was watching it, and then I noticed that there was Angel stuff in there, and I remember Angel, and then we had made the decision that we had to go back and forth. We had to go episode per episode because I couldn't do that knowing that Angel had shit out there too. So we had watched both. Oh man, but I don't remember like everything she got. You feel me? I don't remember like absolutely everything she got going on with her powers and abilities. And Blade wise, comic wise, I don't know, but we're gonna get our download of each character. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Blade. That's who we on right now. We gonna place our bet for Blade. We gonna get the information, right? And then we reserve the right to change our bet after all information has been received. You feel me? You know how we do it. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all of that. There's social media. We ain't here without any further ado. In 3, 2, 1, click. Yeah.
Blade versus Buffy.
The Daywalker versus the Vampire.
Oh, they got my mans in here. Wait a minute.
Boomstick.
And it's our
Yo, I be seeing that man all over Twitter. Or all over social, like short form. He was doing all that fight scenes, but the first time I saw him was years and years and years ago when he was doing dance stuff, like dance competition.
Analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. They are known by many names: Revenant, Vortala, Nosferatu.
Vampires. When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day.
Daywalker.
Is that really his costume?
Hang on.
Now there's a
There
man
we
who
go.
doesn't file his taxes.
Nah.
Blade is one of the coolest superheroes ever, and basically
Facts.
kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares
About
that in
vampires.
the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
At all.
Blade doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself.
Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal
Whistler.
Afari, sharpening
Okay.
him into a blade.
Like, 'cause I don't know the movie stuff, Whistler and whatnot. But let's go.
That would rape the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can
like that.
deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts. And his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stott's castle exploding.
He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
Oh,
After
damn. I
studying
did
the
not know that.
ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is
Why you gotta hit him with disrespect, boy? That was the Rufus. I didn't know he could take motherfuckers' magical powers by biting them. I just knew he had, like, because in the movies it's like he still has the thirst, like he still wants to drink blood. Obviously, finding ways to supplement that, but I didn't know he took magical properties. Okay.
Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, Kickboxing, Shotokan Karate,
All
and
that.
Hapkido. And
All
on
that.
Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Oh, crazy.
Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula.
himself.
Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's right there.
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal. A hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
The armory,
Handguns,
boy, you
assault
got to. You
rifles,
got
and
to.
explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katana.
He's like, yeah, bro, I'll throw something at you, I'll shoot something at you, or we can, like, you know what I'm saying, we can just make it a little power, I'll get real close. It doesn't matter. Either way, I'm about to X you off the map. It's however you really want to do it at this point. That's the energy we fuck with. Let's go.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium, a variant of the metal that is mass producible.
It might not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally, Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible...
Hold on, he has Atlantean swords and the what now?
Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can
Word sword? What the fuck, man?
harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All of that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down.
Oh, that shit is cheating. That shit is cheating. I got a homing bullet device for vampires. That's crazy. The cult. That shit moved different than the cult. Let's go.
Wounds they cause cannot be healed and chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed, and if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out. They can even hurt Hell Lords and even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had.
It's the cult. For Supernatural bad because it has homing bullets, but it's the cult. In the same fight where the breathing gun harmed him, Cosmic Ghost Rider defended attacks from Captain Marvel that could melt through a star. I wouldn't know. Okay, but I wouldn't say that the gun itself is like, I don't know. I think it's like more properties, right? Bullets was like more properties. Because I feel like if he, like, say he would have shot it at Captain Marvel, would it have done anything since she's not like, you know what I mean? Ghost Rider, he got hell all over him. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
And fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon.
He's like
and
that.
even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blades even bested the spirit of vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them. And
on God, bro. This is facts. Vampires everywhere. It's not like this nigga Blade taking days off. You don't ever hear about none of them niggas fighting no vampires. Helping him fight no vampires. There's no vampiric threat that the motherfuckers need to go take care of. You know why? Because Blade got it. He do that. All them just, you know what I'm saying, take care of whatever fucking else ethereal. Blade, you know, Blade need to hop over to DC. That's what Blade need to do. Because then he got friends. You know, he got like Constantine and shit. He got people he could work with. I don't know. But we move.
Not ridding the world of, you know, vampires.
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness: a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way
He's still like
inside
that.
your body and blow you up from the inside out.
That's
Ant-Man
crazy.
Style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet,
Vernay. That's the first vampire. So it's not Dracula in this? It's not, okay. The first Black Panther. The first vampire. No, my spirit. So the first vampire was the first Black Panther as well? Wait a minute. First vampire, no man's spirit, clothed in faded vessel. The Daywalker skin. I am Vernay. Okay, the first vampire, the first Black Panther. So okay. So he just like that? The Bat and Panther at the same time? What entities at that time just came through and like why if that's the case, the vampires somewhere need to have a vibranium something. You feel me? Okay.
With his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing.
Boy Thing, yeah, well, you get it. Okay.
Marvel's vampires beware, for should they indulge their unnatural urges, they'll be sure to meet their end at the tip of his...
I laughed so hard when I seen that shit in the movie like that, and then he just popped up and played like, "What's up, fam? How you doing?"
They indulge their unnatural urges, they'll be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
You didn't think I forgot about you, did you? All right. Reaffirms our choice in Blade. You feel me?
You know what's awesome? Being right.
Slayer would be granted incredible.
One. She alone will stand. In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy Ann Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only goals in life.
Like, I ain't seen this one with whoever that is. I seen the other one when they did that.
Were, in her own words, graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slang, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life.
This is the one I seen. I seen her. I don't know what the other one was. I don't know who that girl was. I seen this one. This the one I seen. Was they the same? I seen this one. That's all I'm saying. But all right, we move.
Far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad.
You know what? Scratch that. I have seen this one because damn, bro. I can't remember. I remember this guy dies so dramatically. That's what I remember. I didn't remember it until I saw his ass. Okay, all right, let's go.
And makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the valley, all right. New Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander. Buffy and her Scooby gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels. Tens of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
At all.
We're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in Gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, judo, jujutsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And
They did that. That happened.
despite her lack of armor, she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blind.
So what, she got more, seemed like she got more dexterity than Blade might have. So the Blade, he needed the suit. He needed the suit, you know what I'm saying? But I look.
Folded. But if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her
Okay, so it's saying that she got a counter for Blade thing. Okay, all right.
weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or
Okay, so so basically you're going over all the hacks right now that Buffy got. You gonna tell us that Blade could transform and do all this other stuff? He could become smoke, go into you, and bam! But now you're letting us know that Buffy can repel it. Okay, all right. I see what they're doing here. I see what they're doing here. All right, let's go.
when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical scars, but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends,
He became
but
a werewolf.
they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying a hero's death.
But wait,
Fears my glory hole
there's
joke
more.
was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss. Until her friends
That
brought her
part.
back to life in the agony of existence. This absolutely crushed Buffy, and
Bitch said,
ironically,
"I was done!"
annihilated her will to live.
I was fucking
Oh, that's
done.
rough, Buffy.
Bro, I'm sorry. You go through a whole. That's what you're doing with your life. You fighting vampires. You gotta internalize all that shit. All of a sudden, you die. And you're like, I'm good. I finished. The motherfuckers pull you back. All right, y'all all selfish. Every single one of y'all is an asshole. What'd you bring me back for? To do what exactly? To fight? Well, y'all seen the issues that I was having with this, right? Right. Every single one of you. That would have been my energy, and I might have had to kill them all. I'm just saying, but okay.
But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed
Kill vampires immune to like Blade. I think, okay, all right, I see where they're moving with this.
the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the First Evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The Slayer Scythe.
It's actually a bardiche.
Yeah, whatever.
Bardiche.
I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient demons, the scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as
It says scythe, but it looked like it's an axe. What's the difference between a scythe and an axe? Y'all gonna have to hit me with that.
though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe,
Like, I know traditional scythe and traditional axe, you can clearly see the difference. But then when you get like that, it's got to be a hairline. Y'all got to let me know. But okay.
Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
All right. Okay. Based on what we have heard thus far, I'm going to say we going to change our bet to Buffy. I still want Blade to win because Blade's where, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Blade. I fuck with Blade. Blade go hard. But based on the information we've given, they essentially just told us that Buffy has all the hacks necessary to take Blade. Essentially. Because Blade's arsenal is made to fight vampires. Not whatever the fuck Buffy is. Buffy's arsenal is made to fight vampires. Which, even though different, that's what Blade is. You know what I'm saying? And she's taken out other different modified forms of vampire and monster and whatever. I just don't feel like Blade has what it takes necessarily within his arsenal to beat Buffy. So we're changing our bet to Buffy as far as the information provided. But soul-wise, we want Blade to win. But let's go.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a live-action death battle!
That live action. Just real quick, I just want to say I thought about this when it comes to things like that. How, you know, vampires, they eat people, you know what I'm saying? And people have these guardians that, you get it? Could y'all imagine like a pig on its way to slaughter and then some kind of guardian pig rolls up? Like, no, you don't. Sorry, but like, could you imagine a guardian pig just bust out with everything that it needs equipped weapon-wise to kill the humans that is killing its people? It's like a superhero. I'm sorry. I'm like, I mean, when it comes to what vampires need to do to survive, that's what they do. I mean, like, you know what I mean? We don't. What if we was like, you know what I'm saying, about to take the chicken and then all of a sudden the chicken pull up in a black cloak like, nah, nigga, not mine. It's like, what you mean? Okay. All right. I'm just saying.
We were kings, long before they had a name for kings. But now,
I mean, Blade do got that gun, though.
starved, hunted, forgotten. You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours.
Did you just put your hand on me?
Good night. Me. Beast.
Daywalker.
And she. That's just the start.
Gone with the wind. Niggas is turning. That's how a vampire DJ. Oh, niggas is dying? Turn it up! Go crazy. Disrespect. He's like, oh, thank you. I required that. Sorry. I like the callback. I like the callback. I do. Okay. There's actually been a few callbacks. That's the weapon that dude. What they call him in the Blade movie? The other little mechanic dude that he had that turned out to be a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? He was in The Walking Dead, Darrnell, that dude. But he was in the Blade movie as one of his people that was making the weapons for him, and he made that bomb. But look, go. He said killer show. Gone with the wind. You had to handle it.
Dude's just a kid.
Not anymore.
Get active. Get active. So we gonna forget the part where, like, when somebody's holding Blade's sword that's not supposed to be holding it, the things just pop up and fuck their hands up? No? We gonna act like we forgot that. You gonna act like we forgot that? No, y'all remember when they had Blade's sword and homie tried to hold it and them shits popped out and fucked his hand up? I'm not tripping. That happened. That happened. But okay. All right. All right. Oh boy, so I got a sheath, homie. He said, my name is Blade, as in I don't run out of them shits.
You out your damn mind?
Yo, get them props on the choreography though. It's going crazy, bruh. like as Blade, that would have been a very confusing moment. You know what I'm saying? You over here like, bitch, the fuck is you made out of? You know what I'm saying? You on that energy. He's like, you ain't a vampire neither. You wanted them Avengers? The fuck? That would have had to have been my question. That part, see, I'd have had to take a minute. I'd have had to. If I was Blade, I'd have been like, hold on. Yeah. Tony. I think I got one of yours down here. Can you come get this bitch? I mean, y'all know the vampire thing. That's mine. It's like y'all are aware of vampires, but ain't none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've been fine with that. So can you come get whoever this is? Because she need to be out there fighting with y'all, getting other shit taken care of. I don't know why she out here. Can you come get her? No, she different. Obviously. I don't know what the going on. Like, we had a whole battle and she ain't moving like a regular person, but she ain't no vampire, so I don't really understand what she doing here. Oh yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, come get her.
Amateur hour. There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
You can doing all the little Blade callbacks right now, man. I fuck with it though. Like, not you cutting my fleshy gun.
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
But it's cancer. It's supposed to be. Oh, it's a different universe shit, so it's probably just like, all right, okay, I'll give it that then. Ooh. Go crazy. Here comes the hack. Here comes the hack. What'd I say? Had to have gone that way.
It's like you got ahead of yourself.
Really? I'm like, yeah. From what we was getting and gathering, her spiel was each and every way Blade's abilities will not work on Buffy. That's exactly what we were given as far as like her repertoire of abilities right after we got Blades. It was like, okay. Oh, Blade can do this. He can do that. She's impervious to this. She can get around that. And we're like, okay. All right, let's go.
To be Blade-tenued no longer.
Oh, God.
I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories.
Go for
First
it.
up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
And Blade needed his gear for some of those, and she didn't. Okay, see.
Sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
But she has the memories from all of the other Slayers and da-da-da-da-da.
While Blade may have more personal experience, Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age, at least 40 times older than Blade, gives her the superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
See?
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul? Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly and just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight. It could easily deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us? Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse-devouring god, I think it could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage over the Daywalker.
See?
Really thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy sure put a damn fear on things.
The winner is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Next time on
What do we got
Gun
next?
Battle.
What do we got next? Was that Dante? Yes! Versus who though?
Subscribe.
Dante versus Clive. Okay. Alright, I don't go Final Fantasy like that. But yo, can we get we need Dante versus like Dracula or something. But alright. Yo, that was dope. We watched that dope shit here. Yeah, like I said, once they started hitting Buffy stuff and started giving us her stats, it was literally just one after the other. This cancels out Blade's that. This cancels out Blade's that. This cancels out Blade's that. I was like, damn, alright, cool, shit. I get it. She wins. But the fight was dope though. I like what they was doing. I like the stuff they implemented. I was loving the callbacks with Blade though. But y'all know I'm heavy with Devil May Cry, so we locked into the next one. I don't play Final Fantasy. I don't know all their characters like that, so Clive is kind of an ethereal thing to me. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't beating Dante. I don't care who he is. I don't give a fuck, bro. It is what it is. But nah, this was dope, man. That's a take. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all that there social media, and I'll catch y'all next one, fam. Peace.